Government sources on Choksi's arrest have said that India is aware of Choksi's arrest and the request now has been made by India for his quick extradition. My colleague Nikunj Garg is also now joining us on the broadcast. Nikunj, we're learning now the government is aggressively going to push for this case, and sources also suggest that government is looking at using all legal tools in order to ensure that Choksi is extradited back to India.
Well, yes, there is an interesting opening that I see after talking to the sources and the statement that we are putting out currently after I have spoken to the top sources in the government. And that opening is not hinging only on extradition. Now, whether there is an option of deportation available in this case, I am particularly not aware at this point in time. But quite clearly, the officials in the government are indicating to the fact that it may not be just the lengthy legal extradition option that they may be exploiting or that they may be wanting to explore, which means that the option of deporting Mehul Choksi quickly, like we have been able to deport some other fugitive economic offenders, also exists according to the government's playbook. Now, whether it actually comes to fruition, whether the government is actually able to exercise that option in Belgium, in the Belgian jurisdiction, or whether the Belgian courts will necessarily insist, or the Belgian Ministry of Foreign Affairs and their Law and Justice Ministry will necessarily ensure and want a proper extradition process to be dragged in this case, we are not yet clear. But what the government of India, the top officials in the government of India are at this point in time trying to indicate that it is not just the option of a legal extradition process that they are exploring, but there exists and other alternate options as far as deportation, etc. is concerned, which are far quicker, swifter, and obviously will be closing in a very comparatively shorter duration of time compared to extradition process.
But we understand many experts have also been pointing to the fact, of course, India is going to look at these options as well. But experts also have been saying that it could still take some time, even if India, could go through the second option that you're speaking about. How long could it take for Indian authorities to have Choksi back here?
Well, Kitty, that coin is up in the air. That coin will have to land once we have a fixed timeline. The fact of the matter is that these are time-consuming processes. I have watched extradition processes across the globe, from Argentina to Latin America, to Americas and to United Kingdom. Necessarily importing or necessarily exporting an individual out of a foreign jurisdiction is a time-consuming process. There is no other way to put it. That process will always remain time-consuming. Even if you mount a very quick deportation, even that takes time, like we have seen in case of Tahabur Hussain Rana. In February, the top of the executive authority of the United States of America, that is the President of the United States of America, announced this deportation in presence of our Prime Minister. It still took more than 2 months to get him to the Indian shores. And that is after the US top courts had rejected his application. So these processes of exporting or importing individuals from foreign jurisdictions, whichever side you are looking at, will always remain time-consuming processes. Therefore, difficult to put a timeline to it, but my sense is a good beginning has been made in right time, an earnest beginning has been made in an earnest time, and eventually it should fructify, and we should see Mehul Choksi back in India sooner than later.
All right. Thank you so much, Nikunj, for getting us all those details there. Well, this is through sources now. We are learning at the moment that the government is looking for, it's going to push for a quick extradition for Mehul Choksi back in India. The request already has been made by India. And the government is also going to look at options here. Not just the extradition route, but yes, if he could be deported here to India, the government is looking at using all legal tools available with it, in order to ensure that Choksi is brought back to India in no time. But we understand Mehul Choksi, who was accused in the PNB fraud case, he's been arrested in Belgium already, and the Indian authorities say that this comes as a big step towards his extradition to India. He was trying to flee to Switzerland as per information coming in. The revocation of his citizenship is also currently pending in the court, but we'll get you more as more updates come in on this big story.